Recording this call. Hello, everyone, and welcome to what are energy pools? So, energy pools is something that I started when I got introduced to Access Consciousness. And, it's really interesting because all along when, you receive let's just say, for instance, you ask for something, you just get it, you just believe that you were lucky. And you ask for something and you don't get it, and you keep trying hard and you keep trying hard and you keep, working for it, running after it, doesn't seem to come, doesn't seem to show up, doesn't seem to, actualize in your life. I always thought that was about being lucky and being unlucky, and something that was meant to be yours and not meant to be yours. And I would just kind of be like, okay, I would kind of accept the outcome. Instead of looking at, what energy pull I was being there. So when I started with the tools of Access Consciousness, I started to recognize that you and I, all of us, and all of you lovely people who are on Zoom, while we also are on Facebook Live, each one of us is a natural energy puller. So what do I mean by that? You as a being, you have a body, you as a being, you are a natural energy puller. In other words, have you ever walked into a room and everyone just turned to look at you? Or have you ever, have you noticed that the more you ask for something and from a space of desperation or anxiety, the more that particular thing seems to go away from you? Have you noticed that? Yeah. Yeah, awesome. Thank you for that, Shalini. Yes. And that's where you're using, you in the second case, you're actually using the energy pull against you. Like I said, that you are all natural energy pullers. So when you're using an energy pull against you, you're actually being an energy push, where what would have created greater would have been for you to be an energy pull. Where, if you're, where you're using it against you is where you're being an energy pull, when you actually could have, hi Fiza, where you actually could have been an energy flow or a push, because now that's using energy pulls to your advantage. Energy pulls will not contribute if you're choosing against somebody. So if you're making a choice and you're asking from a space of, I want it because I don't want that person to have it, or I want it because I want to prove it to that person, or, if you're coming from any space of judgment or conclusion or against somebody or against a situation, you're not going to create. It's not going to contribute, period. Sometimes people come around and they say, the energy pulls didn't work for me. You want to recognize that if you're going to use energy pulls, from a space of judgment, it's not going to contribute. If you're using energy pulls from a space of being vested in the outcome, that I'm pulling this because I want this, and now I'm going to see, is it happening or not happening? It's not going to show up. Okay. So energy pulls will only and only and only and only facilitate consciousness. So what does that mean? What that means is you got to give up judgment, guys. Yeah, thank you, Mamta. I pulled it out of your head. So when you're, yeah. So energy pulls will only facilitate consciousness. So what does that mean? So when you're using the tools, when you're being an energy pull, or, when you're pulling or you're flowing or whatever, but you're doing it from a space of no judgment, that's the first space that you want to acknowledge if you really want to actualize what you're pulling or pushing or flowing. No judgment. And if you're vested in the outcome, it's not, like I said, that's again against consciousness. Not consciousness includes the consciousness includes the conclusions, but energy pulls will not work from conclusions. Did you get that, guys? Yeah. So your capacity to be an energy pull is something that you come to this planet with, simply because every single molecule on this planet has energy. Every single molecule has energy. Having said that, you having said that, you are molecules tightly packed together, right? Your body, you are molecules tightly packed together. So how much energy are you that you have not yet acknowledged? Having said that, everybody around you is energy, including the plants, including the animals, including the trees, including the cars, including your laptop, including the food that you eat, including the money that you are asking for, including the business that you have, including the relationships that you have, including all that hate and love and anger, all of that you sometimes operate from. All of that has energy. So now, are you using the energy pull to your advantage, or are you using it against you, is my question. So this call is to actually bring you all to that awareness of asking yourself, am I using it to my advantage, or am I using it against me? If your world is ask and receive, like, you ask for something and then you pull it into your world and you receive it, well, you're using it to your advantage. If you're asking and asking and asking and struggling and struggling and struggling, there's something that needs to be questioned there. It's not that you're doing it wrong. No, you can never do it wrong. But there's something that you can ask a question there and probably change it. Isa, I saw your hand up, honey, a little earlier. You had a question?
Hello, dear.
Hello, my lovely.
Yes, I have a question. Like whenever I attend any boot camp, and I like the energy of facilitators and mentor, and I like to pull their energy. Is it I am pulling their energy for my advantage without any judgment, because that inspires me? And is it right, or is it something that I'm doing it from judgment? Or I don't know, maybe I'm asking a very stupid question.
No, you're not asking a stupid question at all, honey, not at all. So I'm going to look at this differently, okay?
Yeah.
When you're pulling energy from a mentor that you like, quote unquote, you said, is that a judgment or not?
Yeah.
Just that. It's a judgment. I like that. I'm going to pull it. Instead, you could always ask, what are they being that I can be? What inspires me about them? What can that show up? How can that show up in me? That's an energy pull too. You don't want to clone people. You don't want to be a duplicate. You don't want to be a second. You want to be you. You want to be you. Now, when you get inspired by an energy that you see, maybe your mentor, maybe a friend, maybe someone who really inspires you, acknowledge that they inspire you. Acknowledge that, wow, who they are being really inspires me. I wonder what it would be like if I could be that energy. So you're not trying to be the mentor, but you're inviting that energy into your life. Hey, Anupama. Oh my God, this sweet friend of mine all the way from Canada. Amazing. Thank you for being here.
Wow.
Lovely.
Wow, yeah. Chandana, this is aha moment for me. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So when I said, I want to also say another thing, something that you said. I just want to talk a little bit more about that. When you said, use it to my advantage, what the space really is about is when you use it to your advantage, you're actually being a contribution for the planet. You're being a contribution to everybody around you because you're not pulling energy against somebody. Do you get that? So you have to be willing to be the contribution, to be the energy pull. If you are not willing to be a contribution, you are doing a transactional reality with the pull. You're being like, I want to take, I want to take, I want to take. But that's not an energy pull, that's just taking.
Oh man, love you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, my
changed my
sweetheart.
perspective seriously. And here lies that I was making a mistake.
And you want to pull not from the person, you want to pull through the universe, from the universe, through the person, through you, and out of you.
Okay,
So I'm not pulling from you and holding on to it. Because the minute I hold on to an energy, the energy stagnates, and anything that's stagnated sinks, it dies, it decays. So you want to create a flow in the world. You want to create a flow on the planet. So when you're pulling energy from the universe through a person or through a situation or something, you're actually contributing to that person first. You're contributing. So that body also receives the energy flow, and the molecules suddenly wake up and they're suddenly alive. They don't even know what did that. You being the gift to them. And now you're willing to receive and allow the energy to flow out of you into the planet to anybody who's willing to receive. I know people are like, what are these energy pulls? Are there something wicked and bad? Are they wrong? Do I take from people and hold on to their? No, you don't. You don't give yours and you don't take yours. You can actually create your entire life on energy pulls and be a beautiful contribution to the world around you without them even knowing that you're contributing to them. That's the gift that you are. You don't need validation from people. You can just be the gift.
Wow.
You just being with somebody, you just sharing the space with somebody can change their life without them cognitively knowing that you were instrumental in doing that.
Mummy,
That is an energy.
Thank
That is an
you
energy.
so much. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Oh my God. See,
You're welcome, darling.
there was something. Now you made it clear. Thank you so much. Thank you. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
you. Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart. And I'm now going to go to Poppy, my dear, lovely. Yes, honey.
So Chandana, okay, you are taking someone else. Yeah.
Sometimes I play.
Can I just take Poppy's question first? Then I'll
Yeah,
come
yeah.
to you, Sonu. Yeah, Poppy,
Yes.
you're on mute, love. I can't hear you. Or are you unmuted? Yes, I can hear you now.
Sometimes when I'm around of so many people, like in a building or something, I do energy pull, like pull, trickle, and just have fun. But I'm not really sure. And then after pulling, and then what? How can I
Yeah.
use the energy, to manifest or anything?
Yeah.
Can you
So you can actually create your entire life with energy pulls, Poppy. Gary says that I created my entire life on he's created his entire business with energy pulls and with the How to Become Money workbook that he started with even before the clearing statement came. So energy pulls, you can actually create your entire life on energy pulls, It's like, what are you? So if you look, let's look at this now. What is energy? It's a flow. It's a flow that creates forward movement. It's a flow that's actually being the generative part that actually has you living, right? Without energy, you're like dead, right? So anything that's dead doesn't have energy. But you got to be living, to be thriving, you got to have energy, right? Now, is energy good and bad? No. Energy is just energy, guys. Energy is just energy. It's our points of views about the energy that makes it good or bad, depending on what we are judging. So if you're judging somebody as a bad person, we will say, oh, his energy is really bad. I don't like him. We think we're being really aware. No, we are just coming from judgment. Whereas on the other hand, if you really ask, is this a contribution? And you get a no, it could be, okay, right? You get that? How simple it is? So you don't want to judge the energy. You just want to acknowledge that this is just energy, not good or bad. It's just something that's not contributing to me in these 10 seconds. I'm not receiving it. It can go to whoever wants to receive it. So you allow the flow. You don't stop the flow by judging it. You allow the flow. You allow whoever is willing to receive it to receive. So when you're pulling and when you're trickling back again, there are different types of energy pulls that we do, right? We're like, there are pulls, there are flows, there are push. There are different kinds of people out there. There are different kinds of situations out there. There are some people who have barriers up. There are some people who are always angry. There are some people who are real suckers. And when you're around them, you feel totally exhausted. So there are all different kinds of people out there and different kinds of situations out there. Like when you go to the hospital, you may come back really sucked out of all energy. Probably, that space is probably an energy sucker for all you know, or the people or whatever. So now, do you want to be at the effect of that, or do you want to have a tool so you can come out of that space, which is actually so depleting sometimes, with the energy without being depleted, but just being who you be? That's where you use the energy pulls. Now, does that mean that, you have to use the same energy pull everywhere? No. So when you're pulling from someone, you're actually pushing their barriers down and you're actually allowing them to receive as you pull from the universe through them and out of you. And then when you're sending a little trickle back to them, you're actually allowing the energy to equalize and for you both to actually be in connection, which is such a beautiful thing because instead of being separated, you're actually creating this communion, right? The more and more you practice, guys, the stronger you start to, be with your energy pull. And then one day you'll recognize that, oh, I don't even need to do this energy pull cognitively. I just know what I'm just choosing this. And my body knows, my body gets a command, my being knows, and boom, instantly it actualizes. That's when you're actually being the walking, talking energy pull, where you're actually engaging with the elements of magic, creating magic that's actually true for each one of us on this planet. The one thing that's not true is suffering. And the one thing that we are fighting to prove to the world is true is suffering. So what if we can actually change that? Did that give you clarity, Poppy? Yeah?
Yes. Thank you.
Awesome. Great. Yes, Sonu. This is the last call I'm going to take, guys, because I have a call in 7 minutes. Yes, my love.
So I'll go quickly. Today I met a dentist, generally dentist, not my point of view. She was very chirpy, lovely nails. You cannot even, it was a very fresh breath of fresh air, colored hair, purple color. What you said, I wish I could be this happy. I saw her. So what question can I ask that time? What you said, how can I be this? No.
Yeah. So when you're looking at someone and you're being like, oh, nice looking and whatever, is it just the looks that you're actually looking at? Or is there an energy that you're so aware of? Right?
I was attracted to her happiness.
That, because you were aware of the energy that she was being with you, which was not depleting and not pulling you down, but actually being so expansive that had you showing up with the joy that she was willing to be, right? So when you're with such people, you always come out feeling happy. You're like, oh, I'm feeling so happy, although I went to a doctor, I'm supposed to be sad, but I'm still happy, and that's simply because that person's being that space for you. So you don't need to contract. And when somebody's being spaced with you, around you, you automatically expand too. So when you're being that, when you are with such people, ask, what will it take to have more of this in my world? What will it take to have more of this as my reality? Just ask for that energy. You ask for an energy, it's going to show up.
Yeah, so because I've been asking universe that, I stay happy no matter what.
Mm.
I
Amazing. Yeah.
No, really, I choose happiness because I love being happy, being joyful for no reason also. Because I love that way. That is possible. I have experienced that,
Yep.
without having so
True that.
many things. Yeah. So that is my ask that, universe, I would like to be happy, joyful.
Yeah. So acknowledge that you are happy and acknowledge that you are joyful and ask for more of that. Okay. That's you being an energy pull.
Oh.
Okay. Ranjana, yes, darling, I'll take you quickly, honey. Thank you, Sonu.
Thank you.
Hi, Chandana. Thank you so much for the valuable inputs. It's always enriching, listening to you. My quick question is that what is that, if you have your money stuck somewhere, so what is a tool that I use so that I get my money back?
When you have money stuck somewhere, you want to pull energy. You want to pull energy from the universe through the person who owes you money, through your body, and keep pulling till you sense a sense, like, since you receive a sense of expansiveness, and then send a little trickle back to the person. And, do that a few times, but don't be vested in the outcome. Don't be like, but I've been pulling for the past 5 days and he's not called me. For all you know, he'll never return your money to you, but you may get the money from another source. So when you're being vested in the outcome, you're looking at only money coming from that person. That's being vested in the outcome. But when you're looking at the energy of what that person owes you, the money that he owes you, and you're pulling and you're flowing it to him, and you're being that space, you are allowing the universe to bring it to you from wherever. Because you're in total allowance. You're like, okay, this guy owes me money. He's not returning it to me. Universe hears that, and the universe brings it to you. When you give up the control of the how and the when.
Superb. Awesome.
Okay?
Thank you very much. God bless you.
You're welcome, my lovely. So guys, we do have an 11-day energy pulse coming up, business energy pulse. And I am really excited about creating this with all of you together. I have personally created my business with energy pulse. I allow the energy to show me, to direct me, and to guide me as to how to create a greater reality. And it's for 11 days, and I've actually, it's only for $30, which is about 2,500 rupees or something, because I would like each one of us to thrive. My demand is that all of our businesses thrive and be the contribution that we actually came here to be. So if you would like to join us, with pulling energy together, each one of you is invited. Let's play, let's have fun, and let's create a greater reality together. Because an energy pull, you cannot do with separation, and you cannot do with judgment, and you cannot do with only my business should grow and not hers. Won't work. Okay, so this is really, really an invitation to each one of you. Come join me. Let's have fun together. All right. You can get in touch with me. You can get in touch with Reena. You can get in touch with Sugandha, and we will put you into our little WhatsApp group, which is fast growing into a big WhatsApp group.
Chandana, I am in.
Yes. Amazing. Just please send me your details, please, and we will add you. Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody asked a question.
I asked, what are the dates, Chandana?
We are starting on the 7th of October. Yeah, for 11 days. And it's going to be at, let me just get the time right. I think, 6:30. Oops, I'm not sure of the time. So Gandha, what's the time? What time are we doing it at? Oh, I will let you all know. I think it's 6:30 p.m.
Great.
If I'm not mistaken.
And what
is
if
it 9:30?
What if there's no business to?
The beauty is even if you don't have a business, guess what? If you are living, you are in business. You are in the business of creating your life.
True.
Yeah?
Thank you. Yes.
So what if you could actually create your life with the energy pulls that are truly magical?
Super. Thank you.
All right, my lovelies. We'll see you all. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Bye.